Check out this exclusive interview at the G-List Society with your host, Waddie G, right now.
Hello, listeners. I am Waddie G, the creator of the G-List Society blog, and you are listening to a new episode of G-Chat, where I interview our favorite LGBT personalities over the phone. And right now, I have two exciting guests. Normally, I have one, but today is a special occasion because if you watch the Grammys on this past Sunday, or for depending on when you saw it, January 2014, there was a big ceremony, a marriage ceremony that happened during the Macklemore performance, and one set of the couples were there, and it just blew me away once I found out who they were. And then when I featured them on the blog, I mean, you guys showed a lot of love to this couple, and they are Octavius Terry and Jamal Sims. Hello, guys.
Hey, everybody. What's happening?
Everything is great. I want to say congratulations now that I'm speaking to you.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm sure you're getting them everywhere. So can you, relive the reaction when you arrived back to the house that everyone gathered at after you left the Grammys?
Oh gosh. Yeah. It's probably one of the most overwhelming things that I've ever seen because, again, like you said, we didn't even know that, and that we would be placed not only on television, but they actually let us lead everybody in. And as a designer, I actually made our tuxedos, and so they were featured. And so by the time we had the experience of just getting married, that's all we really wanted to do. At that point, we were leaving the Grammys only when we found out that we had aired almost 6 times. And by that time, it just kind of just went viral through our families and everything like that. And even to the point where, I don't know how many more people were at, because we actually had a strict guest list. But that got overwhelmed just because of the historic nature of seeing us on television, that when we got to the house, I actually literally almost had a panic attack because of the faces that we saw and the outpouring of support when we walked in, and, the flashes from the camera phones and everything like that. I was like, oh, my gosh. I almost felt like running back and getting in the car a little bit.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was amazing. It was crazy. And everybody was just, you could just feel the love in the room and the hope. That was the other thing. It's everybody was just it can be done, and it was. I mean, even
right.
My straight relatives that I never. This is Jamal speaking. I never thought would be in this room. You know what I mean? Not because they didn't support, but just because I just couldn't imagine that they
didn't know. Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But they were in and they were taking pictures, and everybody was yelling and screaming, and my nieces, my nephews, our nieces and our nephews.
Yeah,
it was
the uncle. And,
it was awesome.
I'm sorry.
Because the way no, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, this is Octavius, and between you and I, you're probably one of the first people to know this, but my father had just passed 3 months ago. Mm-hmm. And my mother was able to make the ceremony, but that was one of the big things. And I even asked Jamal, you think that your dad will let me call him dad now? And, especially two men of color in a gay relationship, and we didn't talk about it after that, but one of the most moving points for me at the reception was when, his father made a big speech for both of us and said, come here, sons, these are my sons, and I just was bawling.
Wow.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Wow. That's amazing. Now, okay, so you got to meet with your family, your friends. They were at what they thought would be the ceremony.